Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, the socially awkward nerd, Christian Paul speaking. And ladies and gentlemen, I just came across a TikTok video regarding basically, I don't know if it's like a young gentleman from Howard or a student, but there was definitely like a student that was interviewing definitely with like black women and definitely with hair and wigs up around like the street corners around the Howard University campus where McDonald's is between Georgia Ave, right up on that street. I believe Georgia Ave Northwest, where they have like all the stores that are definitely there. Definitely a public spot. And he interviewed a young woman that was coming off from church, basically regarding the whole wig situation, and he was basically trying to put us around the narrative about why black women should never wear wigs ever. And he does have some good points mainly behind it. And I fully understand why I would go that route. Because there are, definitely within sources, there are wigs and weaves and braids that have chemicals that are cancer causing, that could be dangerous, definitely when especially breezes, it can be definitely cancer causing for those that actually mainly wear it over the course of numerous years. And there are some wigs and weaves that don't even have these types of chemicals as well, as long as that woman actually thoroughly does his or her research regarding the fact. Now, regarding what happened with that interview or alleged interview, there were definitely like a lot of screw ups. There were definitely like a lot of fuck ups that actually definitely do happen, even though homeboy literally came in with good intentions. Definitely the first is, he should ask the woman, you're going to be recorded when it comes to the interview, definitely for one. And he should actually just definitely laid it out there and should have asked literally for permission regarding permission that literally for her to be recorded while actually done with the interview. Now, if someone's really looking at it up and it was a post spot and, people keep recording it, that's definitely different. But you're trying to bring somebody on and they're literally on camera actually trying to do an interview, ask them some questions regarding some stuff that could be personal. It could have some issues if that doesn't even bring out, if it's not even brought out in the beginning before you even ask that question. That's number one. Okay? That's fuck 'em number one. Fuck 'em number two. Okay? Is mainly try to force someone, or even especially force a woman, to try to actually go take a route, okay, that she is not definitely comfortable with, and actually trying to force her to take a freedom of choice away, which is what you really do not want to try and do about the situation. I understand definitely within like, colonial times and, basically doing your best to make sure that black women don't follow the Eurocentric method, the way when wigs, weaves, and straight hair, which I do understand. But you really don't want to even try and go back that time where black women don't even have that freedom of choice. And by taking that freedom of choice away, you really are actually trying to reel yourself back into those times that she really doesn't want to be in. Okay? Me personally, okay? I love natural hair. I love natural hair, curly and straight, definitely on like black women or even anyone for that shirt, but especially black women, especially when they have crazy shrinkings. It's actually really cool. I've never been the wig type. I've never been the braids type. That's definitely my top preference. However, it's not a requirement because they're in the right to wear their hair however they wanted to wear. That's definitely understandable. And I'm not even really too concerned with that, as long as they mainly take care of their health, as long as they do thorough due diligence on the wigs and weaves and clothes that they're wearing, to make sure that they don't have any chemicals that could really turn out deadly for them mainly in the long term. That's what I'm really concerned about. And how this gentleman mainly handled this situation regarding that video, the moment that he starts walking and she felt uncomfortable definitely dealing with that conversation with wigs, and that recording stuff mainly came about, and she wasn't even feeling comfortable actually being recorded this whole time. That's when things literally went left, and that's how things really went worse. These things literally went worse as the video mainly went on, unfortunately. Well, homeboy mainly should have done, he said actually just stuck with his research, okay? He said laid out all the evidence there, definitely should have posted it out. it would have been better that he would have given out pamphlets to these women and actually let them read and figure it out for themselves and let them go about in their day rather than just actually just run off and continue with their interview, and so that they don't really feel harassed or they don't even feel basically feel stalked in any type of way. You're better off actually just giving out pamphlets and actually just leaving that woman alone and let them contact you. Okay? I understand you're actually trying to help out, but you do not want to be in position to literally Captain Save a Hoe. Captain Save a Hoe. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? That woman is not your girlfriend. Okay? That woman is not your side piece. All right? That woman is not your fling that you're really trying to see somebody, or you wouldn't even know if that woman is really interested in you in all that cases. Leave her alone. If it was your girlfriend, if it's some that, if a woman that actually is interested in you is a black woman that actually is definitely attracted to you and actually bring that stuff up, that's fine. You can definitely bring that up. But if she ain't your woman, let her be, let her go, let her make her decisions. It's not your issue. It's not your problem. Okay? Let her be with her merry ways and let her deal with the consequences herself if she chooses to go that route, where she deals with wigs that are extremely toxic and down the line. She mainly suffers with it, but at least you ain't got to be part of that problem. Okay? Just let that woman be, move on with your life, go to another woman that you had to deal with. Otherwise, you could literally be in a point where you have other women literally trying to come on your neck saying that you're harassing her, and they'll try and actually get the school literally trying to get you out, and you could be literally be in a similar situation that Demo is really currently in right now. And I'll dig into much of this actually in much deep detail definitely in this video, because I do want to actually just dig into what went wrong as I actually reviewed that type of video that young gentleman's in, and actually try and dig into his background as to see why he still handled this situation much better. Let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, all right, we have a clip that's right in front of us that shows all the chaos galore. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we have is a video, a YouTube clip by a YouTube content creator, very young, by the name of Mrs. Stop Playing Tre, right? Who's definitely aware within these streets of Howard University. Okay, I have family that went to Howard University and graduated, got the undergraduate there, and I spent about a good year and a half being a PhD candidate there. So I definitely know its terrain. I definitely know the area. I know the environment thoroughly around the school. And yes, although this is mainly a public area, you see Tre here mainly has a DJI microphone with basically a fork that actually just trying to hold the camera and the clip in place, try and get a quick interview instead of actually getting like an additional DJI microphone so they could have like a discreet conversation, actually using it in hands. This what he doing over there is just literally dusty, literally down to the core. But I digress. When we actually see this video, when I first saw it, I'm thinking to myself like, hey, why is this woman mainly harassing him? But as I dug into this video, I literally understood why, and I actually understood thoroughly why this dude mainly screwed up from the mainly began of the whole interview. So let's get into this video here.
Oh, do you want to say that to my face or keep walking?
So do you want me to repeat it? You look too old to be near college campus harassing women. One of those young ladies just said you said something crazy to her when you passed.
So what did she say I said to her? It's all recorded.
Wait, guys. We have a fun little number. It's called student security. So
Okay.
we're going to let them know there's 2 men on campus harassing women. Thank you for
Okay,
your
so
time.
call them. But what did she say I said? What?
Oh, so does it matter? Because she said you're harassing her. And so why are you as a black man harassing?
Now, I'm in the start. She's literally coming up. At first, I thought, this woman is actually coming up and actually this everybody else's business. She may not fully know what's going on, but you're gonna literally see the spiciness literally in this whole video. Trust me, you will.
So,
women, go do that shit.
so what did I do to harass her?
So you were talking to her and she said you said something rude to her. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck if she says something random.
It's all recorded. I said nothing rude to her.
I'm assuming we're gonna see it in the post later.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, what's your full-time job? Can I ask?
No, you can't.
Oh, great. So you want to go and harass other people and be invasive.
So
to them,
what
but
did
you
I
don't
do
wanna
to harass her?
respond.
Explain the harassment.
So many people tell me, bro, you're...
All right, now we are getting to the very beginning of the video. And you see this woman actually looking at him directly, definitely in regards to the whole deal. Now, they may actually see a camera there. I'm not sure if the camera is definitely placed. And it's definitely not beaming down with the sun. It's definitely not actually beaming down literally up in the face. She may not even be fully aware at the moment. She may not be fully aware at the time that they may be recording. So she's looking at this gentleman definitely directly. And we're going to actually just take note of it as we go along this video when it comes down to what mainly goes on.
Content is so great. How do you not have more subscribers? And it's because I'm shadow banned, but we can lift this if you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate that.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is your favorite hairstyle to see on a black woman?
On a black woman?
Yeah.
Now, this is fuck up number one. Okay? What he should have came through, and he came through with a microphone. He came through basically trying to get some clout bait and get like some shock value video to actually mainly post with his YouTube. What he should have done is he's actually say, hey, excuse me, miss, can I please have a moment of your time? I'm trying to do an interview with Wigs and everything's thoroughly recorded. It's okay if I can try and bring you along for the ride. If they say yes, good, go along with that. If they say no, literally keep it moving. You know what I mean? You don't want to try and have them literally jump out of the blue and they literally find out later that they literally being recorded and all this, and all of a sudden they literally get spooked. So again, you see this woman here literally looking directly at Tre, not even at the camera. Yes, you see the microphone that's definitely down there, but they're literally looking down on Tre, definitely regards that. And I want to actually say to a younger woman, any young woman who's in college, okay? Excuse me. Any young woman who's currently in college, and if you see somebody ask you a question and they have some mic that's definitely there, always ask, am I being recorded? Always ask, am I being filmed? Am I actually having an audio recording in this? You literally have to have that stuff really down, all the way down the pipe to start off. Otherwise, you can literally get screwed up. You can literally have your stuff definitely recorded unbeknownst to your knowledge. And it could literally just backfire literally up in your face. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is literally a public street that has been taking place right up on Georgia Avenue Northwest. All right, so I definitely want to keep this out there, ladies and gentlemen, in Washington, D.C.
What's my favorite? Like, I don't think I have a favorite hairstyle. I feel like curly afros always.
And let me also be very clear. This whole thing literally took place on the campus of Howard University, as I've stated earlier. I do want to try and make this very clear. All right.
Cute, some braids, really whatever style they feel confident in.
And what about a hairstyle that we should get rid of and terminate immediately that black women wear?
I can't think of one.
You can't think of one?
What? No.
And this is where the conversation starts mainly to go left, because again, the dude that's up in the right, Tre, he has an agenda to try and make sure that all the wigs are eliminated. But I'm going to go a little bit of detail as I can understand why some black women choose not to actually do that, and they have thorough due diligence on what type of wigs they wear. And I'm going to definitely get to that later on in this video regarding that. But let me continue on with the conversation.
What about the wigs and the fake hair? What about
I
that?
have a wig on. So
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So why do a lot of black women, choose to wear wigs over their natural hair today?
Freedom of choice. That's their right. Whether it's natural or it's relaxed, it's a freedom of choice. Now, do I actually like them wearing wigs? No. But again, it's a freedom of choice. It's their right. It's their choice on how they want to wear it at the end of the day. It's a preference, not a requirement. I'm not going to be forced to some women not really trying to boot their ass out just because they wore some sort of wig, whether it's actually decent or whether it's definitely tacky. That's their right. That's their choice at the end of the day.
Because they can.
How's that? You got to walk?
Yeah.
I can walk with you.
Okay.
So wait, what do you mean because they can?
Like, if I'm a woman, if I want.
And notice, you say you're going to walk, and he's just stating, Lily, I'm going to walk with you. He didn't even ask the young woman the question, can I walk with you to actually continue this conversation? And mind you, this young woman that's wearing the pink that's on the left is clearly unaware that she's being filmed the whole time. She's looking dead ass right at Tre, unbeknownst to him. And the minor mistake that she made is not even sipping up that he's literally trying to record on a camera and he's not aware that they've been filmed. And she should have addressed it right from the beginning as well. All right, I do want to actually try and let him know this also as well. All right. But still, homeboy in the wrong because he's the one that has his camera crew mainly filming, and he should have let her know that this whole encounter is definitely filmed and it's definitely placed on a YouTube video so that she's thoroughly aware of what's really going on. She does not know anything about being filmed. She's just really trying to go through her normal life and go through a normal routine. That's not our fault in all of this. All right?
To get my hair done, I want it to be a wig. I can get it done and wear a wig, you know?
Freedom of choice. Again, definitely freedom of choice.
So, like, we can all make choices, but is that, like, the best choice for you? Because I can smoke crack because I can.
And it's definitely a freedom of choice for them if they want to live with the repercussions after that and actually just get their ass hit, let them be, let them buy. You ain't got to be a part of that. All right? If you don't want to be a part of that stuff, just walk away. And if that's a relationship that you're definitely with together and you just don't feel comfortable and it's like a break, definitely like a make or break situation where it's definitely like non-negotiables, just walk away, just ghost the women, go move on with your life, leave her alone. All right? Don't be harassing these types of people like what the hell, like these women, what they should or should not wear. Let me continue.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But is that best for my life and best for others around me?
Okay, so how's me wearing a wig hurting?
So basically, I don't know.
Notice, you see this, right? You see the hand being raised. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to try and be very clear of like what I'm seeing here. The hand is starting to be raised. It's on the edge due to the fact that she's realizing that there's a camera literally recording her right next to Tre. So let me go back and actually just step right through as they go along. So let's play this back again.
Feel me?
Right.
But is that best for my life and best for others around
And
me?
you see the woman literally
Okay, so
trying to
how's
look
me
through.
wearing a wig?
And you notice, you see direct eye contact with the camera, right? You see her eyes literally see right through the camera, ladies and gentlemen. Let me be very careful. I'm actually going this in full detail, okay? Her eyes are literally looking right at the camera that's looking right on that TV screen that we're literally watching, or that computer screen that we're literally watching, ladies and gentlemen. And that's when she immediately noticed that she's being recorded, okay? And you notice her hand is starting to raise up and actually block her face.
Hey.
Watch
So
it.
basically,
Now she's feeling a little
I don't know if
situation. Now she has he had that right hand up, actually going her face. Now it's becoming an awkward situation. And this is where Tre mainly fucked up. Okay? I don't care what type of stuff y'all pull. I don't care what type of stuff that you want to spew and what type of things that you want to believe. If you do not forewarn your guests that you're interviewing in advance that they are being recorded, it could literally bite you up in the ass. It could literally make the same mistakes as Demo did that literally cost him not only being around campus, but literally being possibly railroaded with any woman that can feel awkward towards him, and definitely local governments really having a vendetta against him. And my fear is he could end up the same fate if that continues. You know what I'm saying? So let me continue with the video.
you know or not, but a lot of the wigs have chemicals
Okay.
that can cause like cancer and things like that. Like, I'm just looking out for my black sister.
And what he's saying regarding the wigs, it has truth to it, and he is right on those things. He has the right intent. However, it's just shitty delivery. Piss poor delivery on how he's actually approaching the situation. The better way to actually handle this stuff is to actually just show the research, actually give parameters to other people, and actually give them forewarns and let the women make those decisions mainly for themselves. And then you move on with your day. You ain't got to come out here trying to do some weird debate and actually get some tired saying, oh, feminists call cops at the getting destroyed in heated debate. Ain't no damn debate, ain't no motherfucking debate at all. You know, they literally trying to actually contest you, literally try to check you for what you done to that woman based on how you actually handled the situation. Ain't nothing about really destroying the situation because we actually know what the root problem really is. He set up the situation very awkwardly and literally pissed poorly. That's what got him screwed up from the beginning. So let's continue.
Right here, you know? Yes, you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, so I mean, they have cancer-causing chemicals. Also, it kind of paints a bad example for like little girls because they'll feel like their hair is not good enough because they see like mommy and older sister wearing a wig. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to have like a respectful, you know,
Right.
comment. But I feel like I just left from church, you know, so for you to try to comment on my hair and say you looking out for me,
Oh no, you can say anything you want.
No,
It's,
no.
It's,
No,
okay.
no. I'm not gonna say anything I want. I'm trying to keep it nice. But
Okay.
yeah, if I see a little girl with an afro, I'm gonna uplift her same way my mom did for me. It has nothing to do with, you know, style and preferences. Why do you feel like you care so much about what a woman wears as a man?
Because so I know a lot of the wigs and weaves, or wigs and weaves in general, and straight hair, black women were not doing a pre-colonization. So they only do this as a result of colonization.
And also, no, ladies and gentlemen, there's definitely like a student cop on the right as well. I don't know if it's University Police or definitely Student Patrol, but definitely there's a cop car definitely on the right, literally blocking the road. I do want to make this very clear as well. Right by Plaza Towers East up at Howard University. Okay?
And adhering to European beauty standards.
Okay.
So I'm just looking out for black women because, like, black women, they always say, oh, black men don't protect us. But then when we try, you guys, you know.
Okay, in what way right here do you feel like you're protecting me? I'm trying to walk to my apartment.
And that's the point where you should have left her alone. And again, it stems from the very beginning of not forewarning her in advance that this conversation is being recorded. If he handled it much better and actually forewarned her that the conversation he has is being recorded, or if he gave out the pamphlet and he came up with that approach, she would have responded in a much more positive way. And if she still chooses not to actually be filmed, and if she chooses not to be filmed, they could definitely discuss it. Or if that's the case, and when they discuss it, all he could have asked her is this: would you like your face to be blurred out? Would you want your identity or your voice to be blurred out? Definitely during this recording, just to make sure that you're not fully noticed, or no one fully knows you actually definitely talking. That would have been fine. Or they would have just literally kept the PG and not really filmed at all, and that would have been fine as well. And she would actually he would have had like a much better outcome than with that ordeal. But because he kept falling, he kept prodding, he literally just had literally throwing a curveball, definitely with like a microphone literally up in her hand, unbeknownst to her knowledge. That's why she's reacting definitely in like a much more hostile manner, and that's why this young woman, definitely up in the pink, is feeling more uncomfortable as the conversation continues. I understand why she's reacting the way she is.
I just left from church.
And this is not me being some Captain Save a Hole or just some white knight. No. It's more that I know all the subtle cues that's actually being played regarding this man that I'm literally able to sniff out literally within minutes. And this dude here is either literally socially awkward, or he's trying to utilize his venom towards women that he really wants to date with, but really can't get because he really couldn't even fully improve on himself on how to actually mainly get women. So he's actually trying to fuel that rhetoric and be like one of those Kevin Samuels fresh and fit wannabes out here that's really trying to spew a narrative just because he couldn't even actually get things they done their way, and there was some gender war BS, some gender war nonsense. All right, so let's continue on.
And I feel like you're more so attacking me than protecting.
No, if you don't want to speak, you can say that, and I'll walk away.
That's the issue. And that's his screw up. He did not address these things from the beginning. Let's continue.
You never asked me did I want to speak.
No, because
you just said you followed me. You said you had a question. You never asked me if I wanted to be recorded.
Uh-oh. Right there. That right there. And that's his main fuck up. All right?
No, I'm walking next to you, but do you not want to speak?
Yeah, you're walking next to him, but you're not forewarning them in advance that they have a camera to try and make things much more discreetly. Tre's approach is still shitty. That's the issue. You should just let her walk, and anything that comes by, you should stop the conversation, just let her keep it moving, and just let her move on. Otherwise, homeboy here on the right is really going to get me too, possibly.
You never asked me that. I never had the chance. You just came up to me. So if you was protecting me, yes, you would have had a better approach.
Correct.
No. So if you don't want to speak, then I'll walk the other way.
Yeah. That's the best, and to get rid of that video.
Okay, so you don't want to talk anymore.
And to get rid of that video.
All right, you have a nice day.
All right, you too.
Juicy. And sadly, the video wasn't getting rid of. I really, truly feel bad for that woman. You know, if he's able to find somewhere to actually try and civilly sue him the moment he blows up, I would not be surprised if that was the case after what is going on, because she did not ask for thorough permission to be interviewed or filmed, which could literally lead to possible civil litigation. So you got to be very careful with these things, ladies and gentlemen, when actually trying to interview people up in the public or in the sideline, or definitely walking when you're actually coming through on a public property. Now let's continue with the video.
Okay, so keep it rolling. It's
That
crazy.
homeboy literally feeling awkward as hell. I could literally see his body language as well.
It's actually crazy because when you walk up to somebody and they don't want to speak to you, then they'll say, I don't want to talk. Many, many women, and now she's talking to her friends.
Now the problem with that is, it's not that she doesn't want to talk. It's just that the issue is she does not feel comfortable being recorded on camera, up in person. While we don't know if she's having a bad mood or she wants to live a private life. The issue is she does not feel comfortable being recorded. It's not that she doesn't want to talk, Trey. The issue is she just doesn't feel comfortable being recorded. That's the main fucker you had. You should have let her know in advance. And I'm stressing this many different times. You should have known. You should have warned her that she was being recorded from the very beginning. If she climbs evil at that point, let her go and find someone that's actually willing to be up on camera. That's what you should have done. And you will have a much better approach, a much smoother approach. Actually, like putting your viewpoints out there. The moment that you get that verbal permission or you get that written permission, definitely that's up on that contract that you mainly have there to protect yourself legally. And because you did not do that, you're in the chaos that you're mainly in.
As a group, are they coming this way? Do y'all want to talk to me? I'm gonna stand right here.
And here come the two women. Here comes the buzzcut young lady with the septum piercing, as well as a friend that came through. I think they may have discussed definitely something in the matter. I don't know if they're close friends with each other or whatnot, but they are not happy based on what's going on. And now you're starting to see why that young lady with the glasses and the septum piercing is literally pissed off the way that she is right now because of his early fucker from the very beginning.
Maybe they want to talk to me. Let's see. But all she had to say was, I don't want to talk to you. And I would have turned the other way. But she was having a conversation with me.
Unbeknownst of you recording her.
About the hair. And now she wants to act like, oh, I'm attacking her. When I was walking right next to her. You feel me? So.
We don't feel you, homie.
No, they never want to say anything. But.
Her and her two friends. Definitely with the two twists, and the other one as well. I think one is naturally locked, and one is having current twists. He could be locked as well, but definitely we got some beautiful curly shoes and definitely some real life Rapunzels out there. Undercover Rapunzels that actually just living their lives, just going through campus, just doing the big.
Yeah, they don't have nothing to say.
Maybe there'll be a creepy ass thing on the college campus.
Oh,
Ooh, juicy. You see what happens now when you don't handle things properly in a positive approach and be transparent and forewarn people? This is a positive consequence that you get. You're going to end up being another demo.
You want to say that to my face or keep walking?
So do you want me to repeat it? You look too old to be near college campus harassing women. One of those young ladies just said you said something crazy to her when you passed.
So what did she say I said to her? It's all recorded.
Wait, guys. We have a fun little number. It's called student security. So
Okay.
we're going to let them know.
And mind you, there's a cop car literally up and way behind, and that little gray Malibu, that's an unmarked cop car as well. I don't know if it's an unmarked student police car or it's an unmarked cop car. We don't know if it's definitely public patrol or public safety in an HU. We don't thoroughly know about that. But that young lady, at first, I thought this young lady was really yapping up out of her mouth when I first saw this video, and she's just a mind. But as I continue watching this video, and dug into further detail on what went down, ladies and gentlemen, right? This young woman literally went gung-ho. The young woman literally up in the brown sweater literally went gung-ho to literally protect her fellow sister, to make sure she doesn't get thoroughly harassed by any potential creep that comes by her way. So I fully understand her reaction literally to it all. I fully understand the rage and the way that she reacted. I'm not trying to really go slam on that young woman at all, because I fully understand it stems from this gentleman here not giving full transparency, not giving full warning to that young woman regarding recording that ended up making her uncomfortable due to the fact that she felt like she was throwing curveball. So I understand why she reacted the way she did. Let's continue.
There's 2 men on campus harassing women. Thank you.
Okay, so call them. But what did she say I said? What?
Oh, so does it matter? Because she
Yes.
said you're harassing her, and so why are you as a black man harassing black women? Go do that shit.
So what did I do to harass her?
Look at the fun legend of that woman. And she out here just chilling, laughing, and just looking at this fool like crazy. And how dusty he is. Shit. Oh, fuck.
You know her, and she said you said something rude to her. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck if she.
Now, in Tre's offense, nothing he said was rude at all. It wasn't what he said was rude. It was his approach that was off. His approach was very shitty because he wasn't fully transparent on him doing an interview when it comes with wigs and natural hair. All the woman thought was just like a normal, regular conversation. She did not realize that it was an interview that was supposed to be recorded. You know what I'm saying? That's what caught her mainly off guard. That's why she acted the way that she did. It's not what he said was actually being rude. He did not curse at her whatsoever. He did not belittle her. He did not make fun of her. Absolutely not. He's just stating his own opinion. The issue is, it's his delivery that fucked everything up. His lack of transparency fucked up the whole conversation, which is why he's in the pickle that he's currently in right now.
You said something random.
It's all recorded. I said nothing rude to her.
Remember, I'm assuming we're gonna see it in the post later.
True.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, what's your full-time job? Can I ask?
No, you can't.
Oh, great. So you want to go and harass other people and be invasive?
So
to them,
what
but
did
you
I
don't
do
wanna-
to harass her? Explain the harassment.
You got really.
Man. You see this woman, when what she's trying to do, like she's trying to go for the background so she could try to utilize potentially her job to try and ruin his career and try and ruin this post, to try and make sure you try and put him and they'll derail him and try and derail some of his livelihood and his potential, mainly again use that against him to try and get him off the paint. And it's good that he didn't even say that to mainly actually protect himself, which is actually very important. I will give him that.
Flustered. Like, is that like normal? for
Explain
you?
the harassment.
Red cheeks.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I?
You like zoom in for the camera.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's
you ask your cameraman to zoom in.
So what did I do to harass her? Answer
Why
that.
don't you go ask her again? Or are you not gonna go that close to campus because you know you're not supposed to be over here?
I can walk here. It's a public
You can
sidewalk.
walk here, but
That's
do you
true.
have to harass
It's a private
students? Are you gonna ask her a question, or are you only do
So
that to
what
black
did I
people?
do to
Wait,
harass
look,
her?
There's somebody else coming through. You gonna ask them a question
What
too?
did I do to harass her?
Right.
Explain it.
Right. You have a good rest of your day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, hold on real quick. Actually, do you mind if I take a photo real quick?
Uh-oh.
So they can never explain the harassment. You see
Thank
this
you.
woman right here who's a
Thank
lip.
you.
She's probably a dyke for real. I'm not.
Whoa. Leave the sign language alone. When this had escalated into arguments, when y'all and y'all pseudo red pill gurus try to pull that sign stuff just because y'all can't get your way, because you're trying to dominate an argument and literally trying to frame these titles thinking that you destroyed them. In actuality, right now, having a normal conversation, and when things don't go your way, you literally try to lose your shit. This is because whenever they start taking you on some stuff due to your early fuck-ups, you know what I'm saying? This is what mainly happens. All that sign stuff, leave that alone. If they actually said the sign stuff that's there, that's fine. Let the ass be. But the conversation that she had was definitely a bit much more mature. She did not call this man. Actually, she did. Called him creepy. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely like some sign insults right there. I will give him that. That's clearly some sign insults, some shame insults, guilts, and it needs to be right as well. She has that as well. I'm giving her a little bit of leeway because I fully understand her reaction of this that stemmed from his fuck up in the very beginning. But don't be calling up on that little sign nonsense saying, oh, she's probably died, because you don't thoroughly know this woman definitely from Adam on Earth. You don't even know what she actually is going through behind the scenes. You don't know if she's still with a man. You don't know if she's bi. You don't know if she's exclusive to men. You don't even know if she's exclusive to women. So why would you rush to judge and actually assume that about that woman? And that's what really made the situation much more piss poor and much more awkward, and actually escalated the tension. And now let's continue with the video.
Lie to you.
Like, you give a fuck about that?
Yeah, she is a dyke.
Yeah.
But see, they can never explain the harassment ever. And look.
Mind you, you look like a faggot. Your pants are tighter than mine.
Okay, hopefully you guys heard that. It's crazy how the first girl, I walked up to her and I asked her a simple question. What is a hairstyle that black women should get rid of? That was the one that got her mad. I was having a conversation with her, but then she called it harassment because
Number one, that definitely wasn't a favor because it's not her preference. But again, it stems from her being comfortable actually getting recorded on the situation.
she got angry and that I was telling too much truth. And then you see this dyke over
Not saying too much truth, and now you're calling her a dyke because she came by and they tried to take you for alleged harassment.
here that comes over here trying to insult me and try to get into the conversation.
And you're insulting her. So what does that really make you? And Kevin Samuels, when he was doing these ordeals, he was really just staying right on topic. And yes, he was giving out equal energy, but he never belittled women literally up in that way. Okay? Never gave any woman literally sign language in that way unless they struck at him mainly first. I guess that women ain't mainly struck it mainly at him first, given that. But I understand definitely her response regarding the whole situation, but making some random assumption, we don't know if that's true or not, is definitely just horrible. Unless she saw some stuff that actually was in action that may have reacted in this way that may have justified it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's just, either way, it's fucking horrible. It really is horrible.
But I'm like, bro, explain the harassment. And they never can. So she tried to talk about my pants. She called me a faggot. She said my pants are too tight. Look how loose my pants are, bro.
Your pants are fine.
Besides that, look at this bag, bro. Go to mdblabel.com. Go copy this bag, bro. Your life.
Is that a man purse? That's what I want to know. Is that like a man purse you got going on there? I really just want to know. But they got like some handles. It could be a suitcase. It looks like a suitcase. But, you know, that's your style. That's your view. That's how you do things. That's fine. You know,
it's gonna turn up. Everywhere I go, I get compliments on this bag, so go copy your bag. It's crazy how they try to claim harassment. If somebody walks up to me with the camera and I don't want to talk, I'm gonna be an adult and say, I don't want to be on camera. There's so many women.
But you have plenty of opportunities to really stop the conversation in the moment you feel comfortable. You also have to you also have to pick up the nonverbal cues as well. The moment that she feels uncomfortable, you could have literally just ended the conversation, literally just gone on your merry way. You should have just let it be at that and not go further. Otherwise, it would have been much more awkward, not only for her, but for you also.
That we approached today, maybe about 10. And they said, oh, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do it. But she has a conversation with me. But then when you get mad, now I'm harassing you. That's not the way it works. Excuse me, man.
Now, again, you notice on what I said and the stuff with the clip from the beginning. Let's see what this young dude has to say regarding this first. And to see if he actually forewarned this young woman that he was actually doing an interview that's being recorded.
Yeah? What is your favorite hairstyle to see on a black woman?
Now, has he stated anything about her literally being recorded in advance? Or actually doing an interview regarding wigs while actually being recorded on video for YouTube purposes in advance? Chad has, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that's watching, has he said anything this way prior to him saying what he's saying? If he has said anything like that, just definitely let me know. Otherwise, from what I'm seeing, I have not heard anything literally in that matter. And that was literally in the beginning of the downfall. Now, all this I don't want to talk nonsense, given all the proof, all of it is null and void if you, as an interview with your cameraman, does not forewarn the guests that they are being recorded in advance, or they're given a waiver, letting them know that they're going to be recorded and they're going to be put out on social media or YouTube or on Instagram. Okay? All of that is literally null and void the moment that you don't forewarn that guest in advance. And this is mainly for legal purposes to not only protect her, but also to protect yourself as well. So in the case that she declines, you go move on and find somebody that's willing to record in your day. Or if she's not comfortable recording, you can tell your cameraman to turn the camera off and actually dig some further details and actually record some statistics to try and build up on your data set. All right? But this is clearly a fucked up approach and a fucked up way on how to conduct an interview in a professional setting. And I can guarantee you that. No, I'm not even going to get into this bullshit. I'm not even going to actually finish with the rest of this video. I already got all the information that I literally have literally right now. Right then and there. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I've stated earlier, my preference when it comes to any woman, especially black women, is definitely natural hair, loose natural hair. Definitely curly, straight, however it is. definitely natural, definitely curly. So those are actually my two favorites. However, they are a preference, not a requirement, as I have stated before. You know what I'm saying? I fully understand why some women would choose to wear wigs, weaves, or braids. I get it because they want to use it as a protective style to further grow their hair, which is definitely understandable, or definitely grow their locks if they choose to mainly do so. Other times they just mainly idly utilize braids as a way to cover because they feel it's their main personality, and they feel just their natural hair just really just makes them feel weird or make them feel insecure. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely their freedom of choice, definitely at the end of the day regarding that. You know what I'm saying? So I get why someone would want to choose to take that route. The issue is the women actually do wear wigs, weaves, closures, and braids. Some of them are unaware about the chemicals that actually mainly put unbeknownst to their knowledge. Some of these wigs that they wear could be toxic, especially when definitely plastic and heat to actually mainly seal it, and they breathe in the chemicals. For example, they have certain chemicals like benzene, right? Benzene, cadmium, chromium, nickel, vanadium, lead, other pesticides that is mainly used for chemicals and fertilizers, actually mainly used for cleaning. They mainly are in these canacolon products. The canacolon is definitely part that form these types of chemicals in wigs. It's some of the wigs, not all the wigs, some of the braids as well. Some of the fake hair that you actually see, they have those types of chemicals that can literally have a woman literally develop any type of foreign disease or any form of cancer literally over time. It could be leukemia, it could be lung cancer, it could be lymphoma, it could literally definitely be breast cancer, thyroid cancer, ovarian cancer. I could literally go on and on. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying to those women that are still insisting on wearing wigs, to please do your thorough research when actually picking a wig and look into the ingredients of the type of human hair that you're dealing with to make sure that they are literally chemical free. Otherwise, you could be in literally for regning. And also make sure you let your stylist know that actually style your weaves and style your braids to make sure that they don't have those chemicals as well. And make sure they get you in like the right spot of what type of hair that you should wear that's actual real human hair and not that fraudulent human hair or animal hair that you actually mainly have to deal with when breathing these types of things can literally be chemical forming. All right. So I do want to let you know, if you choose to wear the wigs, the weaves, the extension hair with those braids, not with the original twist styles. The twist styles are definitely fine, and the original braids for your own hair is definitely fine. But the add-on hair, you want to make sure that they're not chemically laced to literally get yourself a failure literally like 10, 20, 30 years down the line. All right? That's concerned. That's if you choose to literally wear wigs. You know what I'm saying? And as I said before, my preference is loose natural hair, curly or straight. It's a preference, not a requirement. My main concern is making sure that black women especially have the freedom of choice to do whatever they want to do, whatever because they deal with. It's their issue, not mine at the end of the day. Now, for those of you who don't know who Stop Playing Tre is, Stop Playing Tre is basically a content creator that's doing all these random street interviews, catching mainly people off guard, doing these random interviews based on a agenda that they're actually dealing with. Given that notion, that's definitely there. I'm definitely looking into this stuff as I'm actually looking into this information, ladies and gentlemen, given the fact on who he is. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you see him literally act a fool and literally act a fool having a little fake ass word to actually mainly control black women that actually do wear a wig as an intent to literally try to force him to actually come and unify. But homeboy doesn't have to do all this extra stuff to actually try to do that. All he has to do is just literally give information and let the woman literally make the final decision. Whatever question they actually deal with, they can just let them go. This dude has an agenda that he actually has to mainly out, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about which is the best race to marry. He's basically going on the path of many pseudo red pill gurus that's actually going on dealing with this gender war nonsense, man. He's literally trying to create some shock value to try and get more clout and to create more content, not really to come through as genuine, but he's mainly here to literally fuel a agenda. This dude is really not built to actually literally trying to help deal with true black community as he actually mainly claims to have. If that was really the case, he would have literally minded his business and he would have allowed these women to actually have the freedom of choice whether they want to wear wigs or not at the end of the day. Because if you hamper definitely a black person's freedom of choice, you're taking it all the way back to slavery times at the end of the day. So again, this dude is making some awkward stuff. He's making himself do extremely awkward things, and he's putting himself in much more of a vulnerable position where he could literally get either civilly sued or he literally get hemmed up on criminal charges related to harassment, or he could literally set himself up on a false SA charge or a definite E-part charge, if you understand the code words that's coming out of my mouth, regarding that going through the same route SMO has, and unfortunately he's serving his 3-year sentence in a Canadian jail over that type of rigging, which is why I fear it could happen to this guy, given all the chaos that's been going on all over the world, especially here in America. You know what I mean? You want to try and make sure that you get your P's and Q's when it comes to your social cues to actually mainly protect yourself, mainly at the end of the day. So, how I see in the situation, that channel and that content creator is literally just none but foolery and literally fuckery to me at the end of the day. And as for that young woman, hopefully she gets help that she deserves. And then she does watch the video. If she has enough money to actually literally sue or actually definitely call harassment, however it is, you know, you do what you feel is right at the end of the day. But I just wish stuff like this would have been handled much, much better given the situations. And I'm going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Paul from Nerd Chronicles is signing out. Deuces.
Mm.